What's up, everybody? A Spare with a Gun here from Sleepless Nights with another episode on Space Engineers. When we left off in the last episode, we made ourselves a nice little access hatch to the reactor room, as well as a few other... Oops. Oh, that's right, I set this up as a two-button system. As well as kind of finishing off most of the details on the reactor room, with one exception being the lights. We haven't really quite narrowed down the proper lighting system. If I turn off my HUD lamps, the room looks okay, but this section here is pretty dark, so we can definitely do with some changes there. Well, and as well as the rest of the ship. The rest of the ship needs some better lighting in here too, but I kind of want to make sure that the overall structure and design of everything is kind of in place before we really worry about lighting issues. There are a few things. If you'll notice, I have kind of gone on a painting spree. I don't know what crashed my game before when I went crazy painting. The only thing I can think of is, like, instead of, I don't know, doing like a shift control like one at a time, like that. It may have been because I was just holding the button and like, and something got overloaded, maybe? Because it kind of seems like if I'm just holding the buttons down and doing one click at a time, it seems not to hate me so much. So I'm kind of thinking that's gonna be the key to my... See, like that, where if you hold it and move, you end up, like, strafing, kind of thing. Kind of thinking that's the issue, because as you can see, I am getting a little brave here, as far as not, like, stopping, but... Yeah, instead of, like, swiping the whole thing, I think is the issue here. And it is important to note that while this is a noticeably different tone color, it does seem to take away the camouflage of the heavy armor blocks. So there's that. Which isn't bad looking. I'll be honest, it's not bad. I'm still not 100% on whether or not I'm not going to try out that no camo version of the heavy armor block, but this isn't a bad alternative for now, at least until I have a chance to test some of that out. Apparently I did not fill this in all the way. That's weird. Kind of news to me. Ooh, there's even like a ginormous hole going on here. What is this? That must have been leftovers from an old design that I never rectified, I guess. I don't know. That's weird. I will not lie. I don't have it over here on this side. Oh, unless that was a unfortunate byproduct of mirror mode, perhaps, since it always seems to default to on for some unknown reason. Oh, I gotta be careful with that. It's starting to want to strafe a lot, and I gotta keep it just doing one at a time, otherwise I'm afraid it's gonna crash on me. So yeah, as you can see, I think we're doing okay. I don't want to speak too loudly, because that's usually right about the time that it'll crash on you. But I think we're doing okay with painting as long as we go slow. I think maybe the reason it crashed before was I kind of just went nuts with it and tried to swipe everything. And in case anyone wasn't sure, as far as, like, if I hadn't commented on it recently or something, This is not how the bottom's going to stay. The bottom is going to get the same kind of treatment as the top up here, and I don't mean the angle, this much of an angle. It might be less, but it won't be flat like this. There will be 1 or 2 rows of kind of a... I'm thinking it'll be a harsher angle, not quite so long of a taper. Like, this takes forever to level off. What is this? With this being 1 block high, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 before it kind of levels out. I don't think I'll be doing that many. But we are going to add some texture and layering to the bottom, mainly for stuff like landing gears, and maybe some atmospheric thrusters or something, just some other stuff that we haven't really accounted for previously. I think we are pretty close to, if not completely painted. Barring some unforeseen back stuff here inside the ship that I'm not aware of. That could always be unpainted. But I think we're actually pretty good on the paint job. I'm pretty sure I see just a hair over here, but it's probably the O2 farm stuff. Okay, so for the most part, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say we've just repainted everything, and it does look way, way better. This looks a bit more in line with what I was originally thinking. Really, 1 block. With what I was originally thinking when we started building it, but when we switched from DirectX 9 to 11 and the lighting engine changes, it got kind of screwy and confused and didn't really know what to do. So I think we're actually good. I think that's something that's been bothering me for a while now, is that the paint job was just not the way I wanted it, and I think we're good now. So, with that in mind, let's move on to some of the things I had done off camera. So we know we did this room last episode, however, I commented on it being smaller and not really sure what I wanted to do with it, on top of not really being sure if I wanted, like, cryo tubes and, whatchamacallits, medical room type things to be right next to the reactor. It's like, heal me, I'm sick, wait, don't open that door, that has radiation in it, you know. It's kind of just a role-playing thing for me that just bothers me, that idea. So I moved it over here, and this door keeps getting me stuck. I don't know why. But this is kind of what I've come up with so far. And just so you can see the guts and the glory, it basically... Okay. Am I just that much of a brain-dead knucklehead or something? Because... Why? Why did I do this? There is no reason for that to be there. I must have changed up where certain access points were along the line, because that one I'll leave, because I think that goes down and then this goes over. But yeah, why did I have... I guess that was just leftover from when I was playing around with stuff and didn't fix it. Sorry, didn't really mean to get off on a tangent. It was just something that's like, what are you doing? Now, let me double check and make sure I didn't break anything. Okay, that goes over there. I don't think that room connects to anything, actually. And then we've still got that and that, so that should be fine. Over here, that's the disconnect I was talking about, so I left that. Oh, that looks fine. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's fine now. Okay. I feel better. So yeah, I put a line over here. It's actually coming off of this side rather than this side where I had it. And then we've got a pipe going to the conveyor for the vent. This goes over here. It tees off. I was stopping for a second going, why did I have that there then? So it tees off and goes over here to the cryo chamber and goes this way for the med room, but the key here is it comes down to a vanilla connector. So that basically this can actually attach, because in case any of you missed the last episode, this medical room that I'm using has a large connector on the back, and the same with the cryo chamber. So they both needed large ports, but I was like, if you have nothing, if there are no large ports anywhere else, it's basically just like energy and making sure it's properly connected and crap. So I didn't really need large conveyor units all the way out. I just needed something to connect to them, and since any adapter wasn't really going to be that much smaller than this anyway, it just was like, why not? So, went with this. Not perfect, but there are a couple of things we could do to clean it up a little bit. Namely, now that I'm looking at this, we could do a couple of things. We could seal off the room at these points right there, and I could possibly push this into the wall over there, and I may in fact do that. Let me really quick just make sure that I can actually pull that off. So how close to this is this? How close to this is this? Yeah, that's what I said. Okay, so I can't place it flush in the wall, I think because of this right here, so it would have to be, what, like 1 block out? I think? Which means, where is that access vent? Okay, so we have a couple different ways we could actually do this. The kind of simplest solution is to just extend this pipeline, which is probably what I'll do. And just bring it in right here. The other solution would be to rotate this sideways, like so. Now that's not a bad idea either. Okay. It wouldn't really help us over here that much, but that's okay. Take it where you know, take some advantages where you can get them. So let's try this. Let's take this, and we're gonna put it here, but then I'm gonna flip it like that. And what this is basically gonna do for us... Whoops. Oh well. Sure, why not? We can get rid of this entire line. And I'm going to get rid of that line as well, but I am going to open up a block there. And I will show you why, in case you haven't already figured it out, momentarily. Let's do conveyor block there, tube there. So that reconnects the cryo chamber, and we'll deal with that in a second. But from this point, I don't need that there anymore. I can put that there. Okay, now you'll notice we've completely avoided the being exposed over on this section right here. The angle blocks are basically going to take care of that, keeping the conveyor covered. Not fully necessary. We've talked before about doing, alright, I sealed this up too well. Now I can't find my spot. Where am I? Okay, so I want... Where is the rest... Good grief, I did a good job of, like, sealing all of this. I can't even find... There it is. Okay, so this is the edge to the... Oh, crap, I just placed a random block somewhere. Oh, there it is. Sorry about that. Come on. Thank you. So what am I looking for? Dang nabbit, it keeps grabbing the wrong blocks. Okay, so... I can't see. I need to be, like, back over... Oh, wait a minute. let's do that. See if I can get back in over here. I thought I filled this hole up. I guess not. Okay. So this is what I was looking for. I needed to find... But this is actually one of the hull blocks, so I don't really... that moment where you can kind of like clip through the wall to find what you were looking for. Good grief. All these blocks are in my way. Okay, that's much better. Now, I think we're running into the same issue over here, that this is actually... Alright, finally hit space. So I need to basically walk it down from there, I guess. So let's see where that hole comes out. Okay, so what we want, we're going to want to put this back, and we can seal this back up for the moment. This also changes things a little bit, because I could actually move this back one and keep it a little bit more convenient. So we'll do that. And then just put a conveyor there, so we can reconnect that. That's all well and good. Now, what we're going to need is a block like this, and we'll build the rest of it from the other side. So let's put that back. And we can actually put all of this back, because we can properly seal that back up. Now, let's run that there. That should connect all that, so that side of things is finito. Now what we need to do, there's the block in question. If I could just get my character to actually do what I would need him to do, that would be awesome. So we need... Can't really see where our angles are here. I think this is correct. Yeah, that's right. So, like that. Like that. And so on. Good grief, this is so trippy to me right now. I'm gonna fill this in as best as I can, but I don't know if that's all there is to do or not. I wasn't really keeping track of my blocks used. Okay, so there's that. One more. Come on. Thank you. So we get a yellow light, which means we are actually connected. So that's all good. I'm gonna get rid of this pedestal because it's no longer needed. I needed to do the same over there, and I'll have to retcon that at some point. Alright, so now we have a clean look where there's no real stuff going on in the wall. Now, the other thing is we can change this wall around and actually improve things further. Whoopsie. What did I delete? I thought I was doing really good with the wall blocks. Apparently not. Alright. Dang nabbit. Gotta fix this out here before I go any further. Alright, so it looks like I screwed up two. Heavy armor ramp. Okay, I need the 3 block ones though. Where are they? Heavy armor ramp corner. There we go. And let me attach it to the other one, and then hopefully it'll hold. I don't know how I did that. I screwed something up and deleted that block somehow or another. Interesting. Anyways. No sense crying over already repaired stuff. I think that's a saying. It should be. Okay, so what I'm basically just gonna do is move this out 1. Is pretty much all I'm really thinking about doing. Let's Well, that's one too many, but okay. I'm trying to see if there's any other blocks I can get rid of to kind of clear up some excess weight, room, whatever, mass. It's not really needed anymore. So yeah, that should be good. The rest is fine. We can leave it. So now, as I said, I'm just gonna move this out by 1. Now I may actually, let's place the medical room first, because I may do a different outline there. I'm not sure. I don't know if I can build... No, okay, I can't build in front of that. That poses as an issue. Well, now, that's interesting. That is interesting. Let's work from the top and see what we can do. The top should be fine, actually, because we'll be able to... Oops. That's an oops. I'm off by 1. Okay, so the top edge is fine. Let's replace this. So we get some closed-in framing, basically, behind this wall. Because I hate seeing through stuff. Come on, give me something I can grab hold of. There we go. Yeah, I really hate it when you can, like, see through sides of the wall and, like, see behind the ship and stuff. It just bugs me. So let's do like this. And we'll run that like that. There we go. That works. Now, that gives me an idea. I wonder if we could run this kind of like we did doorways. Work with me here just for a minute. Because this is kind of how we did the doorway out here. It would work with us a little bit. I don't know. I don't know if I like this. You guys will have to let me know whether or not you're okay with this or not. I'm actually not already, so never mind. No one's okay with this. I think for now, I'm just gonna do... Dang it, I really would have liked to have it like this on both sides. That works, I guess, but it isn't the best. I really would have liked to have done something like this along the outside edge here too, but I don't know. I don't know. You'll have to let me know what you guys think about all that and have insights or inputs or whatever. For this guy, I think I actually want to... Thinking we should do something like this. Let's see how this ends up turning out. And we may shorten the other side. Where, back over in here, we may clear out some of this to give us more room if we actually decide to stick with this. Getting a little better with gauging what it actually is gonna delete when it highlights stuff, so that's good. Get rid of all of this. And can I grab that one? I can. Okay, so let's do that. We'll do that. Come on. Thank you. So that seals off the conveyor. Makes it a little more visually appealing, I hope. Now, as for this section, I don't think I have a whole lot of options. Mainly just because, well, there's a cryo chamber there, so I think that's going to have to stay just a straight block. We could do where those straight blocks, where we put that frame around the conveyor. It's possible that I could get back in there, I suppose, and put a row like of this angled block behind it instead of the straight ones, but it would throw off the conveyor being flush with the wall and stuff. So there's that. And then, of course, for detail work, just a rough estimate kind of thing. Not like we're actually gonna keep it this way. But let's say we did maybe like a light every 2. Oh, I've got 3. Okay, so 2 would be here. There we go. So a light every 2 sections along the pipes. And then let's just pepper some of these curvy ones in here just to give it a bit more character. And then we'll do normal ones. Come on. Oh, what are you doing? There. So something like that. I think that could work. And then, of course, we could do something like this as a type of medical readout for, I don't know, something. Health, oxygen, something. I don't know. And where is my large LCD panels? Can I fit one on this wall? I cannot. Darn. I might be able to put one of the... let's check. Might be able to put one of the normal LCDs. It just wouldn't be wide. Something like that. And then maybe... I don't know if we can get any readings from the cryo chambers. Like, person's health in the cryo chamber or something, but maybe we could throw something like that there. So, I'm thinking that might work for us. I'm thinking. Because everything's connected. It's not real cluttered or anything like that. We've managed to kind of keep things a little more restrained, if you will. The one thing that bugs me is this. I'm not sure I like this, though I'm fairly certain that we came to the conclusion this was kind of the best medical room to use, because for size and purpose it worked the best. But I'm not really sure if I like that look. But at the same time, in the same breath, I don't really know if there's any other way to do any different with it. Cryo chamber I like. I think that's as good as we're going to get with it. Hey, that's what we should do. We should have that the LCD screen be some kind of TV so that when you're in cryo chamber, you can, like, read it. Oh, I just realized this is with my headlamps off. So actually that's pretty well lit. That's not bad. With a few lighting tweaks in the control panel and such, I think that could work. So yeah, I think we're pretty good to go, and I'm probably gonna wrap up this episode here. Because we repainted pretty much the whole ship, which I'd been wanting to do for a while. And I think we got the medical room pretty good, other than maybe some refined details or something to that effect. But overall, I think we're doing pretty good. with the medical and cryo room there. A couple of people suggested to me making this room in here the server tech room. And essentially putting this as where all the programmable blocks and timer blocks and things would run, and then over here where I was going to do that, it was suggested to me to, like, remove, like, all of this stuff and, like, some of the main screens and blah, 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 and turn this into, like, the captain's quarters. I have a couple mixed feelings about that, actually, for two reasons. One, it's like it puts your captain's cabin right on the nose of the ship, literally. So, if you ever did, like, a collision course, just saying, you know, this sometimes these things happen, you'd kind of be, like, ramming speed and, oh, wait, everyone grab everything out of my room, because my stuff's in there. So, that's one thing. The other was, originally I had planned on sealing the room off here for the server room, so you had a little bit more, well, wiggle room if you actually started taking damage on the nose before it got to your servers and things like that. But over here on the side, I don't know that you'd have as much room to work with. Though, a couple of people mentioned that, as far as, like, the reactor room being over here on the side and stuff. I really don't think this ship will have too much of a damage problem, for two reasons. One, I haven't, well, yeah, actually I have already put the shields on, so, I mean, it has shields, which you have to get through first. And then keep in mind, all of this is heavy armor. This is not light armor. These are all heavy armor ramps. So, I mean, the whole outer hull is made out of heavy armor, so that's a pretty thick layer of steel to get through. I'm not an expert, I've not done a lot of damage tests or anything, but I know they recently, in a few patches ago, have refined these heavy armor to where it actually withstands a lot more, but it's supposed to, like, cost more or something like that. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that idea, as far as we've got kind of the power and shields, empty space, storage and refinement and assembly, and medical and cryo kind of set up. But everything else is kind of interchangeable, so we could make this a captain's quarters, and then that's like the server room. Could do that. A couple of people also mentioned having just all of the power in one spot with, like, batteries and reactors and stuff, like, aka if someone focused on this side of the ship right here, you could destroy the whole thing. There's enough room up here that if this doesn't become the captain's quarters, we could throw a few extra batteries and maybe a smaller spare reactor or something, and a couple maybe small shield generators that stay off if the other ones are on, kind of thing, as just a backup, basically. So there's room for backup power supplies and backup shields and yada yada yada. So I'm not too worried about that. We can fix that down the road. But anyways, a lot to think about, so let me know what you guys think. Oh, one last note. For those of you that have been keeping up with some of my Twitter posts and stuff when I post videos that are sent out over that kind of stuff, Facebook and all that other, it's basically rigged that when I upload an episode and I give, like, a episode whatever has arrived kind of thing, it usually goes to everything. It'll go to my Twitter, Facebook, blah 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 blah. So if you keep up with any of that, you've probably noticed that I've been notifying everybody that episodes this week have been my last, or are going to be my last, for a couple of weeks. So same goes for this. This is going to be the last Space Engineers Let's Build type episode for at least 2 weeks. I'm thinking it shouldn't take longer than that, but I'm giving myself a little bit of leeway just in case something happens, because we're finally making our permanent move from the temporary apartment to our new place that was under construction. So with that in mind, I am going to be moving over the next week or two. So I'm taking a break for a while just until everything settles back down and we get everything situated and everything's where it's supposed to be. So, with that said, this and the Space Engineers Inspiration video coming out tomorrow are pretty much going to be my last episodes, barring Yeta Squad. Yeta Squad I'm going to schedule to upload anyway before I take all my equipment down and stuff like that and start packing up stuff. So, Yeta Squad should be releasing anyway, regardless. But everything else is going to be put on hold until I'm back and settled into the new place. So, with that in mind, feel free to keep your comments coming and feedback. I always appreciate reading it, even if I don't always get a chance to reply. I've been really bad about that the last couple of weeks. I haven't been replying to very many comments, so that's my bad, but I've been kind of busy. So, anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I will see you all next time. Peace.